Welcome to my lecture.
Today we are going to discuss about flywheel. Okay, so what is a flywheel and what's the purpose of flywheel? What is the role it plays in IC engine and other machineries? Okay, and what is maximum fluctuation of speed? What is coefficient of fluctuation of speed? And finally, we are going to see coefficient of steadiness. So flywheel is used in machine as a reservoir. Okay, the main purpose of flywheel is to store the energy. Okay, so when it has to store energy, it has to store energy when the supply of energy is more than the requirement. Okay, it has to store the energy when the supply of energy is more than requirement, and then it has to release this energy when the requirement of energy is more than supply. Okay, so that means if you have more energy, then it has to store that. Okay, so it has to be used in the later part of the stroke when the supply of energy is very less. Okay, so for example, here you can see a showing machine, and in which the flywheel is used to store the energy while the power stroke happens. Okay, so here when it moves in the downwards direction, this pedal, then that is a power stroke. During the stroke, there is an enormous amount of torque at this point. Okay, so it has to be stored and it has to be used for the later part of the stroke. Then when it retract in the upward direction, so the energy which is stored in the particular flywheel has to be used for the return stroke. Okay, as far as the sewing machine is concerned. Okay, similarly in IC engine, so we know that power is only produced during the power stroke. Okay, so during combustion, the power is produced in the piston, and it pushes the piston towards that direction of that gas load. Okay, fine. And during the remaining three stroke, they are unprotective at that time. Okay, so the flywheel has to release energy to the system. Okay, so during power stroke it has to store the energy as much as possible, and during the later part of the strokes which are non-protective, okay, at that time it has to supply the energy to the system to make it in the operative condition. Okay, so here what you see here, this is the flywheel in an IC engine. Okay, so here it is a four-cylinder engine, because you can see four different connecting rods which are attached to this individual crank. Okay, and finally the crank is connected to your crankshaft. At the end of the crankshaft, you can see flywheel. Okay, so this is what the arrangement. So here, since you have four cylinders, then we can have a firing order. Okay, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it is a sequence of cylinders. Okay, the firing order is defined by the sequence at which the combustion happen in each cylinder. Okay, it may be 1, 4, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 3, 2, 4, like that. Okay, so that we will discuss later in this course. Okay, how to decide the firing order of a multi-cylinder engine. Okay, fine. Second, it is a most important question that everyone will ask. Okay, so why does a single cylinder engine need a larger size flywheel? Okay, so the one you see here is a multi-cylinder engine, but here you see a single cylinder engine. Okay, so generally in automobile, so we know that the flywheel serves to smooth out the pulses of energy provided by the combustion in the cylinders. Okay, so during power stroke, you got energy. That energy has to be smoothened out throughout that entire cycle. So during a cycle, there are other three strokes also there. Okay, so it has to give up those energy to the remaining three strokes. Okay, so we know that larger the rotational energy of the flywheel, smaller the changes in speed. Okay, so that means if you have a larger size flywheel, then it has the ability to store more energy. That means more rotational inertia. So due to that, what would happen is it is capable of retaining that speed to a particular time, so that intermittent power supply and demand can be met. Okay, so the it will not just lose out its energy all of a sudden, because if it has larger in size, it is capable of storing more rotational inertia, So finally it is capable of retaining that same speed. Why for a single cylinder engine? That is the question. Because in single cylinder engine, okay, we have only one power stroke. So here you can see that in single cylinder engine we have only one power stroke, and the remaining stroke, okay, has to consume the same energy which is produced during the power stroke. Okay, so unlike this multi-cylinder engine, here we can have a multiple firing order. So during each cycle, okay, any one of the cylinders may go for that combustion. Okay, it may attain that power stroke. Okay, so the energy loss will not happen like that of a single cylinder engine, because in single cylinder engine just it will lose the energy if you don't have a flywheel, because only during the power stroke you got the energy, okay, excessive energy. So it has to be consumed to the remaining stroke in a cycle. Okay, because there is no other cylinder to fire, so that the energy can be produced. So in single cylinder engine, since we have only one power stroke during a cycle, then okay, the same energy has to be given up to the other strokes, so that we need to have a larger size flywheel. So what is the exact use of having a larger size flywheel is, if you have a larger size flywheel, it is capable of storing more energy. So if you are able to save more energy, then the energy loss will be very minimum. So even if you don't have real torque which is supplied to the system, it is capable of retaining that speed. Okay, so during the remaining three strokes, the same energy is consumed with minimum speed reduction. Okay, so it will not come down all of a sudden. So that is why we need to have a larger size flywheel as far as single cylinder engine is concerned. Okay, fine. So next thing is flywheel in a punching press. Okay, so we all know that how a mechanical press will work. Flywheel is just placed in between the power source, that is a motor, and the driven machine. So here is a punching press arrangement. Okay, it acts as a reservoir. Okay, so it decreases the variation of speed during each cycle of punching machine. Okay, so if the machine is directly connected to the motor, you just imagine, okay, what would happen. Okay, without flywheel, if this entire setup is directly connected to the motor power, what would happen? Okay, so there will be enormous amount of variation in speed, because you just think of during the operation, when a material is pressed by a punch, it needs strong and constant force. Okay, enormous amount of force is required, okay, for this punching operation. Okay, so it consumes as much as energy possible. So for that other stroke, then if you want to go for another try, then there will not be that much energy remain in that motor. Okay, so it just reduces its speed. That is why we have a flywheel just right in between the power source and the driven machine. Okay, because it stores lot of energy during the unprotective stroke, because only he is just pressing his that pedal, okay, for a few times. Okay, then it will just move the material, then the punching process happen. Okay, so during the remaining period, okay, what happened is the energy is absorbed by the flywheel, so the speed variation is just reduced as far as punching machine is concerned. Okay, this is what the idea. If you don't have flywheel, you need to install a larger size motor, so that the required power can be obtained in a punching press. So instead, if you have a flywheel, then you can have a smaller size motor. Okay, so that is capable of giving as much energies to the flywheel. So flywheel stores maximum energy as much as possible, and it gives to the system regularly without decreases in variation in speed. So this is how flywheel is used in punching press. Okay, it is a mechanical press, that what you see here. So, okay, fine. So now we will see what is maximum fluctuation of speed. Okay, so I told you, you cannot just maintain a constant speed. That means if 500 rpm means, you cannot just maintain a constant speed at the flywheel. Okay, sometimes it may be 510 rpm, sometimes it may be 418 80 rpm. So there may be a slight fluctuation. Okay, so the use of flywheel is just, you just decreases the variation in speed. Okay, you are not just going to maintain a constant speed. So that you need to understand. Okay, so you cannot just get a constant speed of 500 rpm on all the time. Okay, so only thing that you can get is you can get some fluctuation, but which is within certain limit. Okay, so that the variation is not higher side. Okay, it is as low as possible because of use of this flywheel. Okay, fine. So we got two speed. Okay, so one is maximum speed and another one is minimum speed. Okay, so the difference between the maximum and minimum speed during a cycle is n1 minus n2, and it is called as maximum fluctuation of speed. Okay, so if you take a particular cycle, in that cycle the speed is recorded, one speed is recorded as high and another speed is recorded as minimum. So this is what their speeds are, n1 and n2. Okay, so our ultimate aim is to reduce this maximum fluctuation of speed using flywheel. Okay, so the flywheel can reduce this fluctuation. That means n1 minus n2 must be as minimum as possible. Okay, fine. And the second thing is coefficient of fluctuation of speed. Okay, it is denoted by c suffix s. Okay, so it is the ratio of maximum fluctuation of speed to the mean speed. Okay, what is mean speed? Mean speed is n1 plus n2 over 2. Okay, this is what the mean speed. So exactly the coefficient of fluctuation of speed is n1 minus n2 divided by n. Okay, so you can just apply it for the speed and as well as angular velocity and linear velocity also. The same formula applies for these three different variables. Okay, it is for the rotational speed, it is for angular speed, and it is for the linear speed. Okay, and the third one is, so it is derived from the coefficient of fluctuation of speed. Okay, so the name of that factor is coefficient of steadiness. Okay, so what is it? So it is a reciprocal of coefficient of fluctuation of speed. Okay, reciprocal means 1 divided by cs. Okay, so if you are having higher coefficient of steadiness, then we can say that the variation in the speed is very minimal. Okay, it is one of the criteria for designing a flywheel. Okay, so it must be as high as possible. Okay,